All right, collectors, thanks for joining me today. March 2nd, 2025. Toy Fair is afoot. It is absolutely bonkers out there with news. We're going to get into it. We've got a lot to cover, and I'm going to try to cover it as efficiently and as quickly as possible. Number one, the Jungle Hound came in. That was awesome. Go check that video out. Maybe I'll put a link up here or something, or at the end of the video. Go check that out. It was fun. It was fun review. Number two, Toy Fair. That's still going on. We'll get to a lot of this news is generated by Toy Fair. G.I. Joe is exploding everywhere. McFarlane stuff is exploding everywhere. Mythic Legion stuff happened this week as well. Let's get into it without any further ado. And I hope this bit of curated toy news, because I don't cover everything. I don't go from left to right. You know, military, Valaverse, G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends type stuff, some DC, some, just 6-inch figures most every now and then we'll do a Hot Toys. But all right, let's get into it real quick. Number one, what's in the news right now, and just factual, right? Just factual stuff. Mattel has taken the license away. Mattel has taken the DC license away from McFarlane. Just sadness. Look at how happy Mattel and DC are, and look at McFarlane. He's just sad. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. I thought for sure McFarlane would have maintained that license for a bit longer. Like I was saying on my earlier videos or earlier in the week. Maybe he's got all the quick wins that he wants to out of that DC license, and anything deeper than like Superman, Batman, The Flash, Green Lantern, anything you start going into deep cuts with, and we'll get into that in a minute. And I'm saying, deep cuts are something that normies just don't know about, right? I know about Wildcat. I know about Our Man. I know about Captain Carrot. Ask your mother if she knows about that. And if your mom don't know about it, it's a deep cut. It's going to sit on the shelf and it's going to show up at Ross. So maybe he's just already jokerized, reissued, repainted as much as he thinks that he can get out of this stuff. And it's done. It's done. He's not going to find any more meaningful profit in this little gold mine. I can think of some ways. I don't know. Maybe he's just not creative enough. I mean, he is a creative mind. Maybe he's just run out of ways to do it. I could think of a few new ways, but it's not my company to run. So the other angle is McFarlane may be angling to get closer to a Marvel, Disney, Star Wars type license, right? But I hear that's a pricey license to wield, especially the way Hasbro tells it. So, I don't know. I don't see Star Wars doing well in a 7-inch, and I don't see McFarlane. McFarlane's a very independent type creative guy, and if you start to tell him how to interpret certain things, I think you get into a situation where he's just not going to want to do it, right? So I think if that's his angle, he needs to be careful with that. I think Disney has a lot of like a stranglehold on the stuff that they do. And it doesn't work out well usually when, creatives are constrained. So, anyways, we'll see what's in store for McFarlane, where he lands. I don't know. He's always got his Spawn and Image stuff to put out. And we'll talk about some stuff that's in the pipeline for that. Again, this transition won't happen until 2025. Now, so DC has provided Mattel with a North American master license. That means like big box retailers on the shelf, right? So Target, Walmart, Walgreens, those type of places, right? Big box sellers. It doesn't preclude Mafex and M.A.S.K, some companies that are overseas from doing their niche products and then sending DC items into the United States. But those will not appear on, shelves in the US, right? Those will appear on specialty stores, comic book stores, pre-orders at Big Bad Toy Store, places where there's a much more diminished niche, right? A much more diminished population of people going after it. It's not sitting out there at the big box Walmart retailers when you go run in, grab a gallon of milk and happen to see, you know, whatever's sitting up there on the shelf, got to grab it. So that's what the master license usually means. Let's move past that. You know, I wish McFarlane well, and he's got some good stuff at Toy Fair, so let's get into it. Well, before we get into Toy Fair, the other huge thing that came out, Mythic Legions. With that, I don't know how to pronounce that dragon's name. Don't get me started lying. I can do dinosaur names, but fantasy made up type names that have no real, they're just putting vowels together. I think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely a gorgeous dragon. You know, Mythic Legions is known for its artistry and you know, amazing artwork on action figures. Articulation's fine on this one too. I mean, you know, who am I to say that the dragon has to be able to do a T-pose or so, whatever. You know, the dragon's legs move and it has fire and it can do its head like this. That's a lot of times all you need a dragon to do, and look awesome, but mostly look awesome. And it does that with aplomb. There's a word for you. But it's $550 and it has to meet a minimum quantity of 2,000 units. That's a huge chunk of money, man. Huge chunk of money. And that's not it. Taxes for me is about 50 bucks, $50. So now it's up to 600. Not only that, shipping, at best, shipping's gonna be another $40 to $50 because that thing is massive and heavy. Unless Mythic Legions figured something else out, but usually that's about what it's gonna cost. Hopefully they figured something else out. So at best, it's between $620 and $650 to buy that monstrosity. And it is a monstrosity. I'm out. I don't like it $650 worth of like or need. I think it's a beautiful figure. If you're into fantasy and that's your thing, I think you should not miss this opportunity. I think it's, you know, I think here's even a bigger thing. If you're a scalper, go get it. Because this thing is guaranteed to go up in value. I mean, it's just the truth, right? But right now, you can't this item cannot be scalped. It just cannot be, because everybody, lottie-dottie, for the next 30, 45 days, has the opportunity to go buy it for retail price. So I don't want to hear nobody crying, being that guy in the comments, to say my kid for Halloween wants a dragon. No, you should have got it back then. You know, it's done. If you don't get it, at that point, the item is worth what it's worth, but this can never be scalped because it's available to everybody as a made-to-order item. I'm not going to pick it up. I wish everybody who picks it up great success, and hopefully you get all of the unlocks for it. So guys, go get that thing if you want it. It's just not my cup of tea. Well, it is, but not for $650-ish. So, moving on from that, Toy Fair and G.I. Joe, let's get right into that mess because it is a spectacular heap of deliciousness. So, number one, the Springfield Theater Cold Slither stage or packaging. I got to get a couple of those. I'm going to have to get one for Minty Mintness and then another one to open and review. I'm going to be playing with it. So, yeah, it looks fantastic. This is, to me, Hasbro made a fantastic choice in putting this as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. This is how you do it. That's smart. Because a lot of people are like, I don't need that mess, you know. And a lot of people like me, and some people I know, well, we're completionists and we're like hardcore G.I. Joe fans. And I love this, you know, thing. So, fantastic work. Here's what the packaging looks like. Full credit where credit is due. A lot of these pictures came from a few sources online, like I was saying earlier. Female figure finders, Articulated Ninjas ladies, the ladies who run that Instagram account, thank you so much. Full Force, I believe, and Toy News, Toy Arc came up with a few of these. So, yeah, let's get into these things. And I just wanted to make sure I didn't go. And if you need any more details on this, I'm just going to give you the overview. Those guys or those ladies over at those sources, they have, you know, even more details than I do. I'm just going to cover an overview because we got like 70 things to get through. So here's the inside of what the stage looks like. You can literally set this up like the band is in there, and that you get a little stage there, and they're, you know, rocking out. This is a genius move by Hasbro. Great move. So, all right, moving on. Let's just start out with Footloose and the Frag Viper. Big fan of Footloose. Frag Viper, whatever. Whatever. I'll probably get a couple of Frag Vipers, but to me, they look ridiculous. The Footloose looks great. I'll probably get like 8 or 9 of those. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Here's a closer shot of Footloose. He's got his, you know, I forgot the gentleman who made me a custom, but the custom looks actually better than this. But this is great. And he's got his little, you know, rocket launcher there with him, as we've come to know for Footloose. So there he is. And then we have Blowtorch and Darklon. I'm going to get a couple of each one of these just to be a completist. I'm not super excited for either one of these, but whatever floats your boat, don't let me yuck your yum. I'm a hardcore G.I. Joe fan. I just, you know, maybe I care for Blowtorch more than I do for Darklon. Darklon just looks a little ridiculous to me, but whatever. I mean, they both look ridiculous. Anyways. But wait, there's more, and I'll tell you, I am excited for this. I know we started out a little, but here we go. It's about to get good. Here we go. Breaker. Very excited for this because a lot of, I see this one as a troop builder, but I actually do like that we've put out a new Breaker, because the only Breaker you could get previously was in that Ram Cycle set, I believe. So I'm digging this new layout for Breaker. I will get several of these. So that's exciting. And even more exciting, which is even cooler, this is off the charts cool, is the 2-pack with the Snake Eyes and Polar Bear. What? I love it. I absolutely love this set. I'm gonna get several. Not one to rock, one to stock. One to stock and one to rock on. I love this set. You can never have enough polar bears. All right, moving on from that. We've got Retro Rock and Roll, very cool. I'll probably get a few of those. And I'll get a couple of the Retro Dr. Mindbenders. I already have actually like 3 of the ones that they issued a while back at San Diego Comic-Con, but never hurts to have a few more Mindbenders. Crazy old son of a... All right, moving on from that. Beachhead and Quick Kick, Night Force combo. They look good. They look good. I'm not super excited for it. I think the retro Beachhead is much better than this Beachhead, but still look great. They still look great. And Quick Kick looks great in that outfit as well. These look great for maybe some customizing. So I don't necessarily like that weird camo that Beachhead has on. I don't like that, but whatever. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get a couple. Those I'm mostly gonna use for customizations. And then now this one I'm not super excited about. This was the first time I only probably ever get, well, I have to get 2. I have to get 2 because I want the piece to build the M.A.S.K device. So I'll be getting a couple of these. I don't necessarily need these divers. So yeah, I'll get it. I've already got the divers that I want. I think the torpedo and I think the eel, perfect. These guys are just nice to have. So I'll get a couple, one to pull out the M.A.S.K device thing, and then the other one just to stock. So minty. Now we're getting into even more fun stuff. How long? I actually even made a custom claw from one of those Fortnite gliders. I would say over a year ago, and I showed you guys how to do it. Go look for that video if you want. That's when they were plentiful over at Ollie's. I was like, some spray can, some ingenuity, and boom, you got some claws in the air. I almost think my claw looked better than this one, but ultimately, this claw looks very nice as well. I will be getting several of these, 5 or 6. I mean, I like them. I really do like them. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the claw. I think they did a good job, not a great job, a good job. They didn't really, they almost kind of just copied the old thing, right? It's fine. I mean, I'm still going to buy it. So I do dig it. I do dig it. All right, now for the real super exciting part, right? The snake battle suit. Here's the packaging for it. Looks fantastic. I like the packaging. It just looks great. Here's a picture of it at the show. Stands really big because you're going to get a scale of it in just a second. Let me show you this part. It does fit a figure. It does fit a figure in the main compartment. Remember the old one where you just kind of snapped it around his arms and stuff? No, this is more to what we were at. I think it's got ratcheting joints and stuff, so I really like this. I'm gonna have to buy a couple, so one minty and 2 to mess around with. So it's gonna be 3 ultimately. I'm looking forward to this thing. It looks amazing. I don't know what the price is gonna be, but we'll figure that out later. This is for me, here's a close-up of it, of the cockpit. You can see he's got little screens in there too, like he's watching stuff. So he's got a little seat belt. So it's just really great. I think they hit it out of the ballpark with this. Good job, Hasbro. I mean, when you do a good job, I'm gonna say it. It just is what it is. All right, Crystal Ball. I had this figure as a kid. I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. I can't troop build this thing because there's not really anything troop build here, but I really like this figure. I'm really digging it. I mean, I had it as a kid. It's one of my pocket figures, so I really dug it. Took it around with me everywhere I went. So now we have this one I'm excited about as well, Law and Order. I'm very, very excited for this. German Shepherd, MP. This looks great. It just looks great. Here's a picture of him, you know, in an action pose. Lots of choices here, lots of different, you know, hands and stuff. Looks great. I love it. I'll probably be getting a ton of these things. I wonder if the production runs are going to still be the same for Hasbro, or if they've learned a thing or two about, we don't want this to go to clearance anymore. I don't know. I hope there's enough for everybody. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, moving on. CoverGirl. She looks amazing. This is the CoverGirl. I mean, the CoverGirl we got initially is good. This one blows it out of the water. So here she is in her packaging and stuff, and then here's a quick close-up of her. It's like CoverGirl, and then, you know, super duper CoverGirl, right? I mean, just, they did a fantastic job here. This is, do I see some articulation? I thought I saw some different articulation in her, like Black Widow articulation there for a second in her midsection. I was gonna say, holy moly, that would have been amazing. All right, anyways, moving on from that. Moving on to Valaverse. Well, we talked about the Steel Brigade drop for Zolocon, right? You're gonna have the regular Steel Brigade guy on that special card back, the Action Force card back. Silver helmet was the regular edition. But then you could have like a special edition gold commander helmet, right? Very cool. Zolocon, they've been selling those out. But then Bobby did something really weird, really cool, really interesting. And it actually worked out really well. Because as of this morning when I even looked, they were still on sale. They were like in stock. And I don't know when they're gonna ship out, but I think they said they would ship out like they already had them and they could ship them out. That's what I understood. Maybe I'm wrong, but to me, he was saying, look, what if we produced these? We didn't really tell anybody. We just let them show up and then we told the world when we had them. Let's see how that goes. I think it went rather well. These are mostly troop builders though. So number one, I love the Ghost Operator. I got a few of these already. Now I forgot who I told. I think I told Gonzo. I'm just gonna wait until Joe Con. I'm just gonna wait till they show up here at DFW and then I'll just get some. But that's before I'd seen them. So when I went to the website and started taking a gander at them, I was like, well, never mind. Bye. So these are great looking troop builders. So I bought a few ghost operators. I really like those. And I really liked the Crimson Shadow infantry guy. I got a few of those. The maritime guy, I didn't get any of those. I just didn't. I mean, they look cool and all, but nah, I'm good. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll get a few when they come over for a JoeCon, but I don't need those. The other two, yes. And the weapon pack kilo for the Crimson Shadow, yes, I picked that up. And the weapons pack Joliet. Joliet. That's how we used to say it. Not Juliet, Joliet. So yes, I picked up one of those. As Bobby mentioned, these are kind of like World War II, I believe he said, weapons. They look great. All right. Now, from Gridiron, you saw I picked up the Jungle Hound and we did a review. But did you know they also put out just recently, I think yesterday, what did I tell you in that review? They're going to do a white one and they're going to do a black one. I guarantee it. So they put out the Arctic Hound. This one comes with more missiles. It has that very, very reminiscent Snowcat missile system on top. And then it also has the sleds up at the front. So very cool looking Hound. It's just not for me. I'm not going in on this one. But for those of you that like that Arctic type winter situation, go grab it up. It looks great. It looks like a fantastic offering. It is rather pricey though. Anyways, moving on from that, let me get this straight because I keep saying Red Castle Creations. That's incorrect. Incorrect. Red Atlas Creations put out some new product and at a much more affordable price range than competitors sometimes. So you might want to look into that. A laptop, a 1/12 scale laptop, some handheld radios, 4-pack for $7. Radio comm set, very cool. That's tremendous world building there, and kind of like a warehouse rack, right? You got some different stuff on, weapons, gas. You can put whatever you want on that thing. So $12 for that. All right, so that's very neat. Very cool. Now let's get into, that was the G.I. Joe Valaverse military / type stuff. So now we're getting into like the M.A.S.K stuff and the Toy Fair stuff. Number one, I was most excited about the M.A.S.K stuff. I've been hearing a lot of people talk. I'm happy that M.A.S.K is happening. I'm disappointed in the company they picked. My experience with loyal subjects has not made me a very loyal subject to loyal subjects. I'm not a fan. I'll have to see. I probably will get one to check it out and see what the quality is. But loyal subjects, if you're hearing me or if you're hearing anybody on the internet, you gotta step up your game for this stuff. That's why you lost a lot of us on the Turtle line. They were not good. The quality was, it started to get really atrocious. And so I was out. I got out of that game pretty quickly. I hope you've learned your lesson. I hope that these figures, which are much smaller scale, and vehicles are of a much higher build quality. That's all I can hope for. Who knows? I'm excited for it. I'm not excited about. There's no better indication of what a person or a company will do in the future than what they've done in the past. And what Loyal Subjects has done in the past is trash. Sorry. All right, moving on. What else do we have? Beast Kingdom with Lobo. I'm a sucker for Lobo stuff. I am a complete sucker for Lobo stuff. I may order this. This just looks tremendous. Somebody forgot that the chain goes on his arms. For some reason, somebody's not a Lobo fan. What are they doing here? You see that? Do you see that? He He should be having the chain wrapped around his forearm and a meat hook hanging off the part that he has in the other arm. Why? Anyways, I really do like this Lobo figure. It looks great. He's got some soft goods on him, which is really fantastic. So probably going to pick this one up. So I'm excited about that. All right, so we're talking about some DC. All right, McFarlane, still in the game. He's still got a whole year to go, so he's going to pump out some figures. We got Starman. Nobody's going to be caring about this guy. He's going to end up at Ross or Ollie's or something. I don't know where he's going to end up. He won't end up in a collection. And we also have Damage, right? I think that's what he's called. Damage? Who? What? Where? I don't know. Damage. Although why? I don't know. Hey, Damage, if you like it. If you don't like it, go do like me and move on or pick it up at Ross for spare parts. This is a cool one though. This Supergirl. I dig it. I really like this Supergirl. This great looking Supergirl figure here. If I see it, I'm gonna pick it up. And the fact that she has a soft cloth cape, double pickup. Love it. Love it when they do. McFarlane, thank you so much for doing soft cloth capes. That reminds me, that's what I'm gonna really not like about when Mattel takes it over. Mattel does the WWE line, right? I'm pretty sure they do. And they do soft goods all the time. If you start giving me plastic capes, you lost me. Because I still have a lot of old DC stuff from the Mattel years. And none of it is like soft goods cape. At least McFarlane listened to us for that. So I will be buying that Stargirl. And then we got Our Man. And it should be called Crackhead. What does he do? Take a drug to make him crazy or invincible for like an hour or two? Isn't that what crackheads do? Anyways, we'll move on from that. This guy's gonna end up at Ross. Nobody cares about Our Man. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I don't care. So nobody cares. I'm just kidding. Stop being Kermit the Frog over here. It's fine. If you like it, you can go out and buy it. It's available for your purchasing pleasure. I just won't be doing it. All right, we got this different looking Green Arrow here. I don't know. It's a different Green Arrow. It might sell well because a lot of people do know who Green Arrow is. So yeah, it might do well. And then you've got a more expansive view here of some of the different lineups from McFarlane. I have never seen that Gordon. I have never seen that white looking Batman with the modified Batman from Hell look, the one where Batman put the bat suit and he went. I've never seen that one. And I've never seen Hawk Girl out in the wild, ever. Or else I would have bought at least Hawk Girl. Oh, might have thought about buying for a custom Gordon. I've seen Grid, I've seen that other Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, and I've seen that blue Flash guy. But I haven't seen the other ones. So, but I've seen Action Comics Superman too, I think. I think I've seen him out there. So, anyways, there you go. Now this is interesting. This Superman actually looks really great. I really like it. If I see him out there, I'm gonna get it. Especially because, take a close look at those joints at his feet, at his knees. They look different. They almost look improved, right? They don't look as gnarly. So I don't know, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But they look more like Mafex type knees, which is very cool. McFarlane learning. McFarlane, you've come such a long way. Anyways, moving on. What else does McFarlane have for us? Berserker. I like it. It's a digital figure, but yes, I will be picking Berserker up and all of his guns too. I think he comes with a ton of other accessories. I like it. I like it very much. Yeah, I do like this figure. I'm gonna pick it up. If I see it out there, we'll see. And I'm hoping I find a Commissar. Here's a Commissar. I don't want the artist proofs. and it looks like his coat is actually soft goods. Commissars, I know you guys don't care, but commissars are the appointed political officials that go out with, you know, the platoons or the different battalions. And it's basically judge, jury, and executioner there whenever there's a problem with the chain of command. Soldiers aren't obeying orders or officers decide to go rogue. The commissar is there to enforce the will of the political entity and the emperor. And he will execute you if you fail to follow those orders. Yes, that is the harshness of Warhammer 40K. There's no playing around in Warhammer. Nope, no playing around. And then you also have Titus. Looks cool. If I find Titus, I will pick him up. So I dig it. Looks like a great figure. All right, what else do we have from McFarlane? We have this Iron Man looking spawn. Doesn't he look like Iron Man? And I think it's a soft goods cape, so if I find it, I'll pick it up. Soft good capes always sell me. They will always sell me. Apparently it's signed or something, I don't know. It looks cool. Soft good cape. I'll pick it up. And then you've got these manga looking spawns. I don't think I'm gonna pick these up. But I know previously McFarlane had a lot of success with the manga spawns. I'm glad he's doing them. More choices for you. All right. Moving on from that, you've got Blood Axe. Here is the platinum version, I guess, of it, but here is a more close-up version of it out of package. I don't need this, but it looks like a great character. I mean, the horse, I think we've seen before. Except for the main, maybe the main we haven't seen before, and Blood Axe. I mean, okay, they look great, but I don't need them, so I won't be picking them up. All right, moving on from that, what we have, McFarlane listened, and I think a lot of people really wanted this reissued or put out again. He did that whole Mortal Kombat line. Whenever I go to toy shows, and I have a few Mortal Kombat figures there sometimes for sale, because you know, I'm not over that line, but I have the Storm collectible versions of them, and so I don't need the McFarlane, so I put those out. People always ask me if I have, you know, Scorpion, or if I have, you know, Milana, or one of the other Reptile, right? Some of the other, you know, Sub-Zero. So here you go. We're gonna have Sub-Zero. We're gonna have a Scorpion. We're gonna have Milana, and is that Liu Kang? No, that's not Liu Kang. I'll put his name up. I forget. My favorite was Sub-Zero and Scorpion. That's it. It's not Liu Kang, is it? No. Anyways, I'll put his name down here somewhere. That way, everybody's good. But ultra articulated 7-inch action figures are always good. And then I forgot what her name was, but here's another version of Sub-Zero. I wonder if these are the platinums. Oh yeah, these are the, no, I don't know. They look like the chases. So you got two chases there. Player twos, I don't know. All right, moving on from that. I didn't ask for this. I don't know anybody else who asked for this, but see, they seem to be doing well. So the crossovers, the crossovers will continue until they can't make a profit. So here's the He-Man crossover with Thundercats. There you go. Live shot of them. Here's a different angle. I'm good. I don't need, this is, no, too much. They've gone bananas for me. I don't need any of that. Will I still cover them while I'm out there hunting for stuff? Yes. Will I be tempted by any of them? No. But I know some of you guys are hardcore collectors of the He-Man and Thundercats, so here they are, joined together. All right, moving on. I am too, but I don't need them crossing over. I don't want my peas touching my potatoes or my steak touching anything. I just want it. Anyways, and then you've got the Masters of the Universe origin figures. That line continues to go. You've got Grandpa Orko there. That's the one that threw me off. But anyways, you've got a deeper dive into some of these. Was that Hordak down there? yeah, got a deeper dive into some of the origin figures. Good, good. I'm glad that they're, I don't need to collect any more of them. I've got the ones that I need. So I'm good with that, but I know a lot of you guys are, as hardcore collector of G.I. Joe as I am, I know you guys are hardcore collectors of He-Man, so good for you that they're putting these out there. I'm glad. Alien, Romulus. Apparently they had some deleted scenes that they didn't put in, and this alien is supposed to represent that particular, alien that didn't make it into the movie. So I'm not sure why. Anyways, it's another alien. I think it's based on the Big Chat body. Anyways. Deeper dive. Now NECA's going deeper dive. Not really. They're mostly like reissuing. I don't know who this guy is. I don't remember this deep into the movies. I don't remember who this guy is, but I already have these two other turtles. So, I mean, these movie turtles, they're just getting crazy. I don't need reissues, and I don't know who this dude is, so I don't feel a need to go buy them, but they're there for your buying pleasure. All right, moving on from that, you've got Bebop and Rocksteady Ultimates. Movie Ultimates. I'm not gonna buy these, but they're there for your buying pleasure. I think they look good, but they're just, I've already got the cartoon Bebops, and I've already got the movie Turtles. I think those endear me more than the movie ones. The movie ones are a little bit odd looking to me, but hey, don't let me yuck your yum. Pick them up if you want them. Sesame Street. I will be picking up Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch. The other ones I don't know and I don't care about. But Big Bird for sure and Oscar the Grouch, I want to get a couple. I love me some grouchiness. I'm a grouch. So yeah, I'm digging that. I'm really digging Oscar. I want to find him. I think it's cool. All right, moving on from that. What is this? Robo Toka and Robo Prazar. I don't need this. This is another deep cut I'm not gonna need. But they're out there for you, so I'm excited for you guys to get them. So good luck finding them. It looks great. They look good, but I've already got the ones I want. No turtle anxiety for me. All right. We're getting close. We're getting close to the haul. It's a lot to cover, guys. It's a lot. As weird as this is, I really like Mesa, and I like that whole show. It was towards the end of my cartoon viewing days, I believe. I mean, I still watch cartoons, but it was the closing of the era when I saw a few of these, and I was like, man, that's a really cool show. I dig it. So I probably will be picking these cows up. So I like it. Plus, I mean, they got that old school Gatling gun down there. I dig it, man. I dig it. What else do they have? Oh yeah, McFarlane finally is doing. I hope he does these right though. Articulated Fallout figures. I knew if I just went, that's why he sold you all them statues first, because he knows them statues would have even sold worse if he'd have released the articulated figures first. Yeah, I'm picking up these figures. Pass on that statue stuff, unless I can find them for $5. All right, and finally, you know that guy that we've been seeing with 2 lightsabers and no arm? Well, if you buy the 2-pack with that commando droid, they're gonna sell you that force arm for you to play with. There you go. So now he can actually use it. But man, that's kind of mean, ain't it? You know, gonna make you buy that whole pack just for that arm. Hasbro, you rascals. Disney, you rascals. All right, I'm not a big fan of the retro Star Wars stuff, but I know some of you like it. Dr. Evazan, Walrus Man, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Rebel, Fleet Trooper, and Sand Trooper in the retro collection pack that you've got here. Not picking this up, but if you guys like that retro stuff, there it is. And the reason I say Walker is because I remember I have one of the Luke Skywalker figures that they put out years ago that misspelled it. I think it's still, I don't know. That's the one that I display. People come over there and try. I was like, you didn't pronounce that right. And I show them how they mispronounced it and they laugh. All right, finally, Gem. I actually went looking for Gem today they're gonna start the whole line. So apparently they sold well and they're starting the whole line. I don't know if I'm gonna pick these up. I probably am. Like I said, I think Gem was a huge part of the 80s stuff. I don't care if, they're dolls. Don't pick up dolls. I don't know. I'll probably pick them up and just put them in an 80s display or whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna pick them up yet or not. I'll make the call when I get there. I might get the one. But I went looking for them, I couldn't find them. Yeah. And I did find Carmen Sandiego. That one's actually, they're touting that one at New York Toy Fair. But I saw that one today. I don't want that. But anyways, guys, that's the news. Let's get to the haul. It's not a big haul, but it certainly was pricey. And it was pricey because of the Hound. So you guys already saw the Hound was part of the haul. I'm looking at it from right here. But yeah, let's get to the other half of the haul that you didn't see in the video I shot. Let's get to it. All right, let's get to the haul. It's pretty quick because there's not a lot of stuff here. Number one, the Jungle Hound. You guys already saw that. Go check out that review video. It's a really great vehicle. I think Gridiron did a good job on that. I just hope they can do something about their prices, but I don't know, maybe not. It's a niche company with a niche product, so I get it. I understand the need for that. Anyways, let's start off with the first haul. There's no deals. Well, maybe one. We'll get to that one right after this one. This one is I think was the most sought after one, and one I was most excited about, and it wasn't even the most expensive. Like I told you guys, sometimes the one that you find, the toy that you're looking for doesn't need to, or most excited about, doesn't necessarily need to be the most expensive. And that is Ultra Magnus, Hot Wheels Ultra Magnus. Very glad to have found this. I thought I'd find Ghost Rider first before I found him, but this was very cool to find. Very happy about that. This is the only deal that came in. A veteran discount and the $5 off for the GameStop thing. Brought it down to sub, what is it? I don't know, like 19. I don't know, however much it was, it brought it way down. And that is the Keaton Batman. Yeah, why not pick it up? 15 bucks or so? No brainer. So really dig. And plus he has my favorite, a soft cloth wired cape. Why not pick it up? That's awesome. The other thing that I picked up is just, I'm really starting to get a hankering or like a collector's type of mindset for ridiculous children's books. You guys saw that I picked up that A is for Aliens or Alien children's book. Why are we making a children's book out of a horror movie? What? One day we'll look back and say, what are you thinking about? Are you guys dumb or something? But, because imagine if your kid is like, can you show me Alien? They'd be horrified, right? Well, I found another one. Look at this. Jaws. Did you know that Jaws was a movie that was responsible for the most night terrors in American history? That's Jaws. And here it is. I believe this is, oh yeah, it's a Golden Books. It's a Golden Book kids book. What are we doing? That is ridiculous. Anyways, I had to pick that up. The other thing that I picked up, and this wasn't for the figure, it was more about the stuff that was in it. And one of my favorite top picks, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold, I don't give a flim flam about you, really. I just don't care. I wanted that high-speed little beer thing and that cooler that you have with you. And that shirt looks great too. Maybe a Dreadnought could wear that, but I don't care about the figure. Stone Cold, I do know about Stone Cold, but I don't know nothing about his legacy. I don't know nothing about it. Anyways. All right. The other item we picked up, Ernie. There he is. Yeah, I could not, there's his UPC if you want. I could not leave him. Great Ernie out of my childhood, gotta have him. And then finally, the ultimate Bert. There he is. Lots of accessories. Had to pick him up straight from my childhood. There's the UPC if you're looking for it. Well, that's it, guys. I mean, that was the haul. It wasn't a lot like we sometimes see. I fear though that in the next few months it's gonna pick up like a monster. I think we're in that lull I think we're finally catching up to the Chinese New Year lull, and it's about to rev up again here, and we're about to get a bunch of cool new stuff hitting the shores. So to wrap up, still looking for that Ghost Rider vehicle. I'll find it one way or another. Looking forward to all of the new G.I. Joe stuff that's come out. I gotta find a way to get my hands on that new San Diego Comic-Con Gold Slither exclusive. I will be at the Metroplex Collectibles Toy Show. I believe it's March 15th, whatever it says right here, don't get me lying. I'm also having the Gridiron or Amazon $25 giveaway. Link in the description below for the video for that, and official rules in that video as well. But yeah, that's all we have this week. I mean, it was a lot of stuff to cover. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're digging the shenanigans, if you're digging the toy hunts, if you're digging the news, if you're digging the reviews, you keep coming back here. Why not like? Why not subscribe? This show is not about the drama. If you want some of that, go somewhere else with your mama. I'm not dealing with all that. This is about a hobby. This is about having fun. All of this is optional. None of it is that important. It's important to us, but it's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to raise my anxiety. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. And if you're getting a new action figure or a new product from Gridiron and you got a giant smile on your face because it's exciting, you're doing it right. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to the members. Their generosity, input, and engagement allow me to bring you better content. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these shenanigans out.